Hey, hello there, Charles. How you doing?
All right. Are we on live yet?
Yes, I think we are.
There
Yes,
we
we are.
are. Yeah. All right. Sounds
Yep.
good.
I think I did it right this time.
Yeah, you did. Everything looks good.
All right. So, how was your day yesterday? Okay.
Yesterday was okay. Yeah, it was a good day. And then hey man, both had a good day on Thursday.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, it worked out really well. So, yeah, you did really well. I did sort of good, but you did really well. That was great. So,
Yeah.
I
So
think you're
let's
good.
just try to do the same today, huh?
Yeah, let's do it. So, I don't think there's any scratches yet. So, we'll have to just go without the scratches and then,
Yeah, there was only one scratch I think in the 11th race, I think it was.
yeah.
So yeah, who knows? But yeah, there was no scratches as of just a few minutes ago.
All right. Well, let's start out with race number one then.
All right, sounds good. All right, let me get to the race number one here. All right, the first race today at Santa Anita. We got a mile for option claiming of 20,000. Purse is 72,000 for California breds. Which have never won 15,000 other than maiden or claiming. Never won two races or claiming price of 20,000. And then when it comes to our simulations chart over here, we got, the simulations odds of having a lead at the quarter pole. It looks like it will be the five, a 73% chance of having the lead there. And then probably the eight will be pushing them along, which that's pretty much how I see it, with the eight sitting around second or so. And then when it comes to simulation odds in this race, we got the two. Uh, it was slightly over 1.5 to 1, and the morning line says 5 to 1. So there's a nice overlay. And I think that's it when it comes to simulation odds.
Yeah, it looks like it to me. Well, do you want to start off then with your picks?
Sure, I could do that. All right. So in this first race of SantaAnita, I like the 8 horse here. This horse just drops back on dirt. You got the Steve Knapp and Vasquez combo. They're very good together. And Steve claimed this horse a while back, and horse has performed very well for him. And he had to try something a little different last time, and he had to move him up. And the horse didn't quite perform the way he should have. So I think he's back to where he dominates. So I like him in this spot. The 7 horse is my second choice in this race. He ran second last time out. They add blinkers today. You get John Velasquez on him, so you can't, push that one aside. And then the 6 horse is my third choice here. This horse ran second last time out. Wong gets 16% when they are off 90 plus days. That's a little bit of a long time, but I mean, he's a very good trainer and he should have him ready. And this horse will be closing at the end. And then my final pick is the 3. This horse drops in class. He has some speed back on dirt today, and he cuts back in distance.
All right, sounds good. Well, I like the same horse you do, number 8, Doc Adams. I like him quite a bit, actually. He's finished in the money in 7 races out of his last 8. He's won 5 of those races. He drops in class today, has the highest speed figure at today's distance, and has the best start speed, is fastest among today's starters. Then the 6, Continental Divide, ran second versus similar in his last race and has a bullet workout on January 28th. Then I like number 7 as my third pick, Donner Lake. He came off the turf in his last race and finished a nice second versus similar in the next race. Followed that up with a good 4 furlong workout on the 29th, and blinkers are added today. My long shot is number 4, Big Talker. Finished in the money in both of his races at SantaAnita, and the distance won't be a problem. Now, I'm betting a $2 daily double. I'm going to single the 8 and take it with the 5, 7, and 8. I'm going to bet $10 to win on number 8, and then I'm going to do a 50-cent pick 5. I'm going to use the 8 as a single in the first leg. Then I'm going to go with the 5, 7, 8. Third race, I'm going to single the 2. Fourth race, I'm going to go with the 2, 4, and 6. And in the 5th race, I'm going to go all.
Yeah, you're going to go swinging for the fences right away with a pick 5, huh?
That's it.
Yeah, no. I'm going to start off with a $20 win bet on that 8. This is one of my best bets of the day, one of two at the track today. And I'm going to do an ice cold exact to $5, 8 on top of that 7. So I'll swing for the fences another way.
All righty, sounds good. Okay, I guess we'll go on then to the next race, number 2, and see what's going on here.
Okay. Race number 2 is a mile on turf now, this time. For optional claiming of 50,000, purse of 40,000. Cowbreds, for fillies and mares, 4-year-olds and up, and they have not started for a claiming price of 50,000 or less, and have never won 2 races or claiming of 50,000 or less. So now, when it comes to our leaderboard here on the simulation chart, it looks like the 2 will have a 54% chance of having the lead at the quarter pole. You do have a couple other people might say a little different on that when the 7 and the 8. 7 got about 17% chance and the 8's 11% chance. But then when it comes to simulation odds, we got the 5, which should be even money, and Morning Line says 2-1, so that's a nice overlay. And that's about it when it comes to simulation odds.
All right, well, let me go ahead and tell you what I like in this race.
Okay.
I like number 7 is my first pick. I think it's We Miss Grammy. She ran second versus similar to her last race. She has the highest last speed rating and has 2 bullet workouts in a row. And then I like number 5, which is my second pick. She has an early foot, so the shorter distance should help her. She drops in class today and has the highest speed figure at today's distance. Then I like number 8, Very Scary. My third pick. She comes back to Southern California from Turf Paradise after she won her last race there at Turf Paradise, and then has a good workout on January 29th. I like number 4 is my long shot, Awesome Taylor. She is trying turf for the first time. Returning to a route should help, and she has a trainer in the last 14 days has won 3 out of 8 starts. I'm going to do a little 50-cent pick 4. I'm going to use the 5, 7, and 8, and then single the 2 in the third race. Then I'm going to use the 2, 4, 6 in the fourth, and in the fifth, I'm going to use the 4, 5, 7.
All right. In this race, I'm going to go with the 8, actually. This horse won last time out. They're taking the blinkers off today, so I think they want this horse to calm down a little bit. And then the trainer gets 20% when they win a maiden and they put him in a straight race of winners. And then my second choice here is that 4-year long shot in this race. I kind of like this horse, the way this horse is being brought to this race. Pete Miller gets 17% when he rests them 46 plus days. He also takes the blinkers off. And like you said, he's going longer. And this is a good angle overall. If you look at back in the past with Pete Miller, this is what he does well. And then the 1 horse is my third choice here. This one is bred for this grass. He got a hot trainer last 14 days. He has some speed, to go with them, maybe sit right off of them. And then I have the 7 as my price horse here. He ran second last time out. Urton gets 14% when he's got 46 plus days of rest in him. And this horse does have some of that tactical speed. I personally think he'll be sitting second or third and should be in the catbird seat, as they call it. And I'm going to do a small trifecta box here. I'll just take all 4 of my picks and box them up because I think in this race, I don't even have the favorite in my picks. And so I think it'll pay at least a decent amount for the trifecta.
All right. Sounds good. All right. Well, let's go right on to the third race then and get that up here.
Okay, so the next race is the Robert B. Lewis Grade 3 race, going a mile and a 16th. They're putting out some Kentucky Derby points, so this is all Kentucky Derby hopefuls here. Guess what? Bob Baffert has a horse of a lifetime in these races. Matter of fact, he's got them all.
He does.
Yeah. So when you look at the simulations odds, really, Bob Baffert's going to go to the lead. That's going to be, I'm going to probably nail this right on the head. But I'm going to say the 4 horse here, they said the simulation says 62% chance. of having the lead. And I actually agree with that. I think the 4 is going to go to the lead, and I don't know if he's going to, anyone's going to ever catch him. I'll be honest with you. The simulations odds, they're all about where it should be. So when you got a 4-horse race, that's how it looks.
All right. Well, you want to go over your picks there and tell us why you think that 4 is going to stay in front?
Well, let's put it this way. I know for a fact I have the top 4 horses. So we are going to nail this one, Terry.
Yes, I think so.
I think so. So I'm going with the longer shot of all of them. I actually like the speed horse in this race. He's going longer. The blinkers are on this horse. He's going to say, "Come and catch me, guys." I know there's other talented horses in here, especially the 1 is very talented. But you know what? The 2 is no he's not too shabby himself. So I'm going to say they're going to try to catch the 4. The 2 is my second choice. I think it's going to set it up for the 2 a little bit better. But he adds blinkers today also. And then the 1 horse, which has probably got the best breeding and the most talent of all. It's probably Bob's top horse when it comes to Derby hopefuls. He adds blinkers also. So 3 horses of his 4 are going to add blinkers. And then I got the 3 as my final pick. He ran second last time out. You got a hot jockey in the last 7 days.
Yeah, and if that 4 wins, you're going to get a pretty good price, I think. So
yeah.
All right. Well, I'm going to go with the number 2 horse as my top pick in here. He ran second in his last race, and his best start speed is fastest among today's starters. He has a good workout on January 29th. Then I'm going to take that number 1 horse, who I think is going to be the favorite, Arabian Lion. His best start speed is fastest among today's starters. He actually tied with someone, and he has a bullet workout on January 29th. Then I'm going to take number 3, Worcester. He has a high percentage winning jockey, and the longer distance should be a plus. Number 4, Hard to Figure, is my long shot. He finished in the money in 3 races out of 4 starts at SantaAnita, and I'm going to pass on any bets in this race.
Yeah, same here. It's not worth betting at all. And, when that's just the way it is. He's got a horse of a lifetime for the 3,000th time.
That's right. Yep. So anyway, we're going to go on to the 4th race now and see where we're at there.
Okay. So this is another graded 3 stakes race. The megahertz going 1 mile on the turf. So this is for fillies and mares, 4-year-olds and up. And then when it comes to our simulations leader and odds board, we got the 1 having a 78% chance of having the lead. Probably so. He's going to have the lead, but I do believe the 2 is going to challenge him a lot more, even than what these odds say. The odds say 21%. I think it's going to be pretty close between those 2 going out there winging it. When it comes to the simulations odds, you have the 2 slightly. The simulation odds says 3-1. You got 4-1 morning line, and then you have the 4 slightly over 2.5 to 1, and it's a morning line is 3.5, and the 5. Here's your overlay, almost 2 to 1 simulation odds, and the morning line says 12 to 1.
Wow, pretty nice overlay. Well, I'll tell you what, I'm going to start off in this race with the number 2. I think he's going to give that number 1 horse some competition.
Oh, look. I just looked down at it, and the 2 is scratched.
Oh no!
Yep.
Oh, just now the scratches came out. Are there a lot of scratches?
And that race, that's the only one. Of course, your top pick. How about if I go through my picks as you regroup there a little bit?
Okay, sounds good.
Okay, well, I'm going to start off with the 5. You know what? He was my top pick here. And look, he's 12 to 1. Simulation says he should be 2 to 1. I'm going to go with it all the way. He won last time out. You got tactical speed. Vittori stays on this horse. And, I think that horse is going to be very, very tough to beat. Now, with the 2 scratch, I'm just going to I'll go on down to the number 4 as my second pick. This horse ran second last time out, second after a layoff, and he's got a hot trainer in the last 14 days. And then I'm going to put the 7 in there, but I have no comments on him because I haven't had time to research him. So the 7 will be my third pick. And then the 8 horse will be my final and price horse here. This horse cuts back in distance. He's closing today, and the trainer gets 20%.
All right. Well, that sounds pretty good. I'm a little disappointed that my 2 got scratched, but that's how it goes sometimes.
Yep.
Yeah. So anyway, I like in this race the number 6 horse. Then School Dance. She has finished in the money in her last 4 races. She won 3 of those races, and in her last race, she competed in a Grade 1 race, finished in second. She only lost by a head. Then number 4, Closing Remarks. She ran second in her last race and has the best turf speed among today's starters. And then as my third pick, I'm going to go with, let's see, number 3, Nanette. I guess is that the way you pronounce that?
I think so.
Who knows? I'm not sure if that's the way you pronounce it or not, but I like this horse. It came in from Europe or France, actually. And first race out, it ran, it closed from very deep and it ran second, only missed by 1 1/4 lengths. Actually had a slow start, and it has a pretty good jockey, Umberto Rispolia. And then my long shot is going to be number 7. She finished in the money in her last 4 races, winning 1 of the starts, and has a bullet workout on January 25th. And I'm passing on any bets in this race too. So,
okay, well, in this race, I'm starting my pick 3. I'm going to go with my top 4 picks here, the 4, 5, 7, and 8. Like I said, I really like that 5. So I think that hopefully that 5 could come in, especially at those odds. And then I got my top 2 picks in the second leg, the 6 and 7. And then in the third leg, I got my top 3 picks, which is the 3, 7, and 10.
okay. All right. Well, just moving right along. Go to that next race, that 5th race.
Okay, the 5th race. The 5th race, we have a maiden race here today. Going 6 furlongs, 67,000 purse for Cowbreds, maidens, 3-year-olds. And of course, we don't have nothing on these horses to have any simulations for any sort when it comes to odds or having the lead. So I guess we're just going to have to go straight into our picks.
Okay. Well, I'm making a little change here. I'm going to change and put in a scratch that I just saw. And
we got another one?
Yeah, I've got that was the 7 is Scratch Montana, which is one of my horses.
Man, all the scratches are coming in late.
They are, yeah. But nothing we can do about it if they don't come in time. So
yeah.
So anyway, I like if I want to start out, okay. I'll
go ahead, start out.
Okay, I like number 5 as my top pick, Seattle Surf. Second versus similar in his last race, and he's got Frankie Dettoria on him, and he returns again to ride. He rode him last time. He has the highest last speed rating, and his best start speed is fastest among today's starters. And then my second pick would have been the 7, but it's been scratched, so now it becomes the 4, Buzz. He finished third. He's a first-time starter. His dam win has 1 winner from 2 starters. His breeding suits today's distance, and he has a bullet workout on January 26th. And then I'm going to go with the number 6 horse as my third pick. And I like him because he's got a high percentage. Wait a minute. Let me make sure about this. Yeah. He has a high percentage winning jockey. He has a highest last speed rating. He ran second last race. Actually, it was the second time in a row. And he has the best start speed of anybody here. So, and I'm going to, again, I have no bets in this race.
Okay. All right. Well, I have no bets in this race, but I still have that pick 3 going over. And in this race, the 6 horse is my top pick here. This horse ran second last time out. You got a hot jockey the last 7 days, and this horse does have some tactical speed. And then I'm now, instead of the 7 as my second pick, I'm going with the 5 as my second pick. This horse ran very evenly, really nice last time out, like you stated, with the Tory still staying on him. So I'm sticking with that horse as my second pick. My third pick is the 4 horse in this race. This horse has got some solid works. This bred to sprint. You got a dam that has one winner from 2 starters. And then my price horse here is the 2. Pete Miller gets 13% with first timers. The dam has 2 winners from 4 starters. And of course, Pete Miller's been hot the last 14 days.
All right. And you have no wagers either. So, okay.
No wagers.
Well, listen, if you like what you see here, see with me and Charles, or me and Rich, or Charles and Rich.
No, just Terry and Charles. It'll be fine.
I want you to go ahead and subscribe on YouTube. Click the little bell so you get notifications, and give us a thumbs up. We're only 20 behind making 3,000 subscribers, and we'd like to hit that this week. Also visit us at Twitter, Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram at Horse Race, the number 2 day, and give us thumbs ups and likes there. All righty. And then let's move on to this next race, the 6th race. Let me get over here.
The 6th race. We have a 6 furlongs on the turf at SantaAnita. It's an allowance race of 72,000, non-winners of 1. And then when it comes to our simulation board here, we have for simulation odds of getting the lead at the quarter pole. It's going to be a contest today for this race. You have the 2 at 26-1, but you got the 1 that will have a say about it. He's about 19%, and you got the 4 at 13, the 9 at 13, and even the 10 around 16% of having the lead at the quarter. So they're all going to be trying to push for it and get it. When it comes to simulations odds, though, we have an overlay on that 1 horse, slightly over 3-1. Morning line says 6-1. And then when it comes to the odds, the 10 is another one that's slightly overlay, barely over even money on simulation odds. And the morning line says 10-1.
All right.
3-1, excuse me.
Okay. Well, why don't you go ahead and tell us about your picks this time?
Okay. Well, in this race, like we said, there is some speed in this race. And I think this is another horse that really doesn't show up on that simulation chart as much, is the 7. The 7 has, well, right on the chart, it says 5% chance. And I think if he doesn't get the lead, he's going to be right there, second or third. He won last time out. He gets Johnny V. He stays on him. So that says a lot about this horse for me. And then the 3 horse. This one has a little bit of the tactical speed. He should sit there right around that same spot, 3rd or 4th. He cuts back in distance. Smith gets 21% overall. And Smith doesn't ride many horses nowadays, but when he does, he usually makes a big splash. And then the 10 horse is my 3rd choice here. This horse won last time out. And back on the turf where he belongs, Pratt stays on, which makes it a double-edged sword for this horse. And then the 2 is my price horse here. He's one of the speed horses, but I think he should be. I think he could sit off if he had to, and I think that's what might happen here. He ran 3rd last time out. Got a hot train the last 14 days, so this is a hot contest, I think.
All right, sounds good. Well, I'm going to start off with that 10, your 4th pick. You know, as you say, he's finished in the money in the last 3 races. He won his last start, and his best dirt speed is fastest among today's starters. Then number 3 is my 2nd choice, Briefcase Girl. He has a high percentage winning trainer jockey, and has done well on the turf in the past. Number 1 is my 3rd pick, Ready, Jet, Go. He has finished in the money in 2 of his last 3 races. He won one of those, and he's done well on the turf in the past. Then my long shot, I like the 7, Rebel Girl. He won his race at SantaAnita, you know, and I think these are girls. I don't think they're guys.
Yeah, they're girls.
Huh?
They're girls.
Yeah, I know. I got it mixed up here, but that's fine.
Yeah,
As long as I don't get mixed up in real life, huh?
that's right. I mean, then you're in trouble.
Yeah. Anyway, she won her last race at Santa Anita, and John Velasquez is in the irons, and he returns again to race this time. So, all righty. All right. So let's move along here and go right up to the seventh race and see what we're going on here. Okay.
Okay, in the seventh race, this is a 7 furlong contest. Maiden optional claiming a 62.5. Purse is 42,000 for 3-year-olds. And so then we go to the simulations board, which is going to be a little tough. Like not all of them has ran more than once. So right now the 2 has a 36% chance of having a lead, but that 9 down there has basically a 63% chance of having a lead at the quarter pole. There is some other speed probably in here tucked away that we don't know about, but those right now 2 are the top 2. When it comes to simulation odds, we got the 1 a little bit of overlay, just under 2-1 simulation odds, and morning line says 2.5, and then the 8 is slightly over even money, and the morning line says 4-1, so that might be a nice little overlay also.
All right. Well, you want to tell us about your picks and why you like them?
Yeah, the 3 horse here is my top choice. This horse ran second last time out. I think this horse is going to have some tactical speed, so he doesn't have to be on the lead. He can sit there second or third. Miller gets 18% overall, and you get Pratt. So you got Pratt and Miller combo. That's a good combo, and in California. And then the 1 horse is my second choice here. And this horse also ran second last time out. The trainer gets 22% on the horse's second career race. So that's what we have here on this horse. And they add the Lasix today. So look for something from this horse today. And then the 2 horse is my third choice. This one is bred for speed, but also to run on the turf. Of course, they're not running on the turf today, but he should have the speed to go with this distance. He got second time after a layoff. He was well bet last time, so something to look at there. And then the 8 horse is my final pick in this race. He ran third last time out. He's also well bred, and you got a hot jockey in the last 7 days.
All right. And then I see you got a nice pick 4 picked out there.
So. Yeah, I got a pick 4 here. I got my top 3 picks in this race, the 1, 2, 3. And then in the second leg, I got my top 3 picks, 1, 6, 11. And then I got my single, my other best bet of the day, the 2. And then I'm finishing it off in the last leg with my top 4 picks.
All right. Well, let me tell you what I like in here in this 7th race. I like this number 3, Big Hat Willie. He's ran second versus similar in his last race and has the highest last race speed rating. Then number 1, Arrow the Great, finished second versus Tougher in his only start. Drops in class today, and he has a bullet workout on the 28th. Number 8, Motorcade's my third pick. Finished third versus similar in his only start. Has a high percentage winning jockey. And then my long shot is the 7 horse. He was bumped on both sides coming out of the gate in his debut race on the turf. Drops in class today and has a trainer wins 25% of the races when taking a horse from turf to dirt. And then I'm going to play a pick 4 too. I'm going to use the 1, 3, 8 in the 7th race. In the 8th, I'm going to single the 1. And the 9th, I'm going to use the 2 and the 5. And in the 10th race, I'm going to use the 1, 7, 8, and 12. So.
Okay.
All right. So moving right along, we're going to go right here to this 8th race. Here we go.
Okay. In this race, the 8th race, it's 1 mile and 1/8 on turf for maiden, straight maidens. A purse of 67,000 for 3-year-olds. This is a very interesting race, have a race this long already, this early in the year for 3-year-olds. So it's on turf too. So on the simulations board, We have the 2 at 90, basically 97% chance of having the lead. Probably so, but you might have a sneaker in there that's only ran one time and now they woke up. And then we have the simulations odds. We have the 1 horse here, slightly over even money. Morning line says 3.5 to 1. And then is there anybody else on the simulation odds? Oh, the 11 down there. 2 to 1 simulations odds, and the morning line says 6 to 1.
All right. Well, let me start off by talking about who I like in this eighth race. I like the number 1, SantaAnita. He came in from Ireland and he finished second in his first start at SantaAnita after he had a lot of trouble during the race, and he earned the highest last speed rating. And I like number 2, Escape Artist. He showed up. He showed a lot of speed in his debut race. Finished second versus Simmer in his only start, and he only lost by a neck. He may improve with Lasix being added. Then number 4 is my third pick. Came in from Great Britain. Finished fourth in his first start at SantaAnita after breaking very slow. He was bumped and steadied, and he gets a jockey change to Frankie Dettori. And then my long shot's the 10, Genius Jimmy. He may improve with Lasix and blinkers being added. Has a jockey who in the last 7 days has a record of 17 starts, 8 wins, 4 seconds, and a third. And he has a good workout on the 28th. And I'm going to bet $10 to win on the number 1. I'm going to play a 56, pick 3. I'm going to use the single, the 1 in the eighth race, the 2 in the 9th race, and then I'm going to use the 1, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12 in the last leg.
Yeah. Now for me, in this race, I thought it was pretty tough between 2 horses, and that was for me the 11 and the 1. And how I decided the 11 over the 1 is that the 11, if you take out his last race, which was on dirt, the time before that was on turf, and he ran excellent, and he had the highest speed rating of them all on turf on that race. So that was my last deciding factor. So this horse should be closing today. They add Lasix today. John Sheriff's excellent trainer. 21% when he gets 46 plus days off. So I see this horse winning this race, but I have to say the 1 horse is my scare horse, and I think that's the only horse I'm scared of in this race, which is the 1 is my second choice. He ran second last time out, like you said. This is second after a layoff. Pratt gets on, so I think that's a great exact to myself, 11-1. But the 6 is my third choice in this race, and then he also ran third last time out. He adds Lasix. Glatt gets 23% when he adds Lasix to a horse. And then the 2 horse, which I think is right now the speed of the race, should be winging it. This horse ran second last time out. He gets Johnny V, stays on this horse. So he will be pretty tough to deal with. And then when it comes to my wager here, I have a excuse me, I messed up on my wager here. Anyway, it's supposed to be the 1, 6, 11 with the 1, 6, 11 with the 1, 2, 5, 6, 10, 11. I'll have to fix that up right here and now. But
okay.
Anyway, that's how I see it. I mean, like I said, it's a really tough between those 2 horses, in my opinion. But hey, it is what it is on that. I'll go back and put that after the show.
Okay, that sounds good. No problem there. I make mistakes all the time. So
yeah, I was looking at something else and I probably was typing it in.
Yeah. Well, it's hard to get ready for these shows a lot of times, especially when the scratches don't come in time and that sort of thing. So anyway, let's move on to the 9th race. And in this 9th race, give us a little overview of how it looks.
Okay. In this 9th race, we have a grade 2 stakes race for fillies and mares, 4-year-olds and up, going 7 furlongs. It's called the Santa Monica. And in this race, in the simulation odds, you have pretty much 3 horses that want the lead they have the simulations to get the lead. Right now, the 3 has a slight edge. It looks like at basically 32% chance, but the 2 and the 1 are right around 24% each. I kind of see that a little bit, but I think the 3 will have the lead. Um, when it comes to simulation odds, the 2 is supposed to be like 1-2, and right now it's just slightly under 2-1 morning line, and that's it on that. And then you want my picks then. So my picks in this race, I really like the 2 in this race because he, this horse has she has the speed that just sit right there second, maybe even third, and she won the last 3 times. And you got a hot jockey the last 7 days. Um, Baffert gets 32% when the horse won last time out. So and Baffert owns part of this horse, bred part of this horse, and I just think this is the perfect race for this horse itself. And the 6th horse is my second choice in here. One last time out. This is third after a layoff. And John Sheriff also gets 25% when he has a horse third after a layoff. So you got a great angle there with this 6th horse. And then the 5 horse is my third choice. He ran second last time out. This one will be closing at the end. Lost to the 2 last time out. So the 2's already has the 5's number. And then the 3 is my final pick, my price horse here. Should like this distance. Well bet last time out. And you got a hot jockey, hot trainer in the last 14 days.
All right. Well, let me go on with mine then in that 9th race. I like the 2 a lot too. Fun to Dream. She has won 5 out of 6 career starts, and she finished second in her only other career race after having trouble. And she now has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey, of course. I like number 5 as my second pick. She has beaten Fun to Dream in the past. So if Fun to Dream does not have a clean trip, she may just do it again. She has a good 5 furlong workout on January 28th. And then number 6, Lady T, won her last race, closing at SantaAnita, and will be closing again to catch the leaders. Number 4 is my long shot, and she switches to the veteran jockey Mike Smith, who's really been on a roll here lately, and the shorter distance should help. I'm going to bet $10 to win on the number 2 in this race. So, all right. Well, let me tell you, folks, if you're looking for some help on the horse races today, there's some professional picks on the guaranteed tip sheet, and today they're free. Track is Golden Gate Fields. That's one of my favorite tracks because I live really close to it and I go to it quite a bit.
You walk to it, right?
That's right. Yeah. If you're looking for college basketball picks or sports bets, the Professor is a good place to go. You can find a link for both of these places on the descriptions below. If you go to the descriptions below on this page. Now on Sunday, the February 5th, at about 6 p.m. or not about at 6 p.m. Pacific time, Julie and Sean will host a roundtable of jockeys on mental health, and they'll have 4 really exceptional jockeys at that. And then on Monday, Sean and Julie will be at Horse Center at 8:30 Eastern time, at 8 o'clock Eastern time. And they will have guest Louise Saez, the jockey, as their guest. And then tomorrow on Monday, Rich and I will be back at 11:30 a.m. Eastern time to do Parks racing again.
I'm sorry, Terry, that Monday you have to be back with Rich. I'm so sorry.
I know.
Yeah. Hey, those are some great shows. I mean, I really liked about the mental health show. I think that's really good. All people need to do is just talk to other people. Everyone has these types of problems, and there's some people that just get in these situations. They think there's no way out and no one to talk to, and there is.
Yeah.
There's plenty of people out there, and this is really good to help everybody out there. That, especially the jockeys. These jockeys go through a lot.
They do.
I mean, when I used to, when I was training all these jockeys these horror stories basically of them have to stay. Some of them had to work so hard to keep their weight. I mean, it was unbelievable things they had to do. Look at Liffey Pink Eye. He was one of the most famous ones that had to work on his weight every day, sometimes losing 3 to 4 pounds in one day.
Yeah, there was a jockey here in my area named Bobby Jennings. He
Mhm.
was almost 6 foot tall, and he was constantly trying to keep that weight off. So
So
anyway, it's really
yeah,
tough.
so this is a very good show, and please everyone stay tuned and tune in. And what? If you have any insight of anything like that, and to help some of these people out there that are going to just be listening to the show, give them your story. You never know, you might reach out and find that one person. If we find one person and help them, that's a great deal.
That's right. So, all right. Well, let's go on to our final race of the day, the 10th race at Santa Anita.
All right. Well, the 10th race, they're going to finish it off with a grade 3 Thunderbird Stakes going a mile on the turf. And we have on our simulations board here, we looks like that the 8 horse has a 62% chance of having the lead at the quarter pole. That horse definitely probably will be on the lead, but you have a couple of horses like the 3 at 16% and possibly the 2 that might want to challenge a little bit. And then the simulations odds, we have the 8, slightly over 2.5, and the morning line's 3-1. And that's about it. Everyone else is about where it should be, I guess.
All right. Well, let me go ahead and tell you what I like to start with. The number 7 is my first pick. There goes Harvard. He won his 3 races in a row, and then his last race, he bobbled at the start and finished pretty poorly. He had an excuse. He has a jockey change to a high percentage winning jockey, John Velasquez, and he has a 5 furlong workout on 28th that's pretty nice. Number 8, Air Force Red, the second pick, has won 2 races in a row, and now he's going for a hat trick and has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. Then there's number 1, Earl's Rock, has won 5 out of 6 career races or starts, winning his last race. And he has a bullet workout 29th of January, 6 furlongs, 112 and change. And then my long shot is number 12, Cabo Spirit or Cabo Spirit. He has finished in the money 100% of the races at Santa Anita, and he's won 50% of those starts. And I don't have any money left, so I can't make any bets.
I spent my last dollar in the last race doing a double to the 1 here in this race.
Oh, all right. All right. Sounds good. Okay, well, let me get to where I'm supposed to be here. And you can talk about your horses. You haven't done that yet, have you?
No, I have not. So the 1 horse here is my top choice. He won last time out. He cuts back in distance. The trainer gets 19% when he puts him in a graded stakes race. And you also get Pratt on. So you got a lot of good things going for this 1 horse. The 9 horse is my second choice. He's second after a layoff. Loves this distance. Dan Blacker, a good trainer, gets 35% when he takes the blinkers off. And then the 7 horse is my third choice here. This, if you just toss that last race, puts him right in the thick of things here. He cuts back in distance today. He should be closing. The trainer does get 17% when he rests them for 90 plus days. So you got a very fresh horse here. And then I like that speed horse, the 8 horse, as my price horse. He will be winging out in front. He won the last 2 times. You got a hot jockey in the last 7 days on him. So it looks pretty good.
All right. Well, let me say, do you have anything else to add to today, or?
No, just like I said, I have those 2 key horses, which was in the first race and in the 9th race. I like the 8 in the first and the 2 in the 9th. But I mean, I think you can make some money on this card today. You just got to play, some pick threes and some trifectas, and you probably can make a little money. The 1 race I think is, you can't bet, is that 3rd race overall.
Yeah, I understand that. Well, here's our picks for all of our picks. I think there's one horse I've got to take and change in here. Forget which race it is, but one of my horses got scratched. Did any of yours get scratched?
Yeah, but I already switched them all.
Oh, you did. You're pretty quick.
Yeah, that's what my wife says too.
Yeah. That's funny. Well, all right. And you've already said what you wanted to say, I guess.
Yep.
So what we want to do is, guess we want to take and get going here and let people do the things they need to do. And anyway, I'm going to go down here and take a look. Put us over here. Oh, look, two fine-looking gentlemen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What can I say?
Yep.
You won't have that on Monday. You're only going to have one good-looking guy on Monday.
That's right.
That's
So,
right.
all right. Well, listen, I'm going to go ahead and sign us off. So whatever you're doing today or next week, whatever happens, there's only one place we want it to end up in, and that's the
Winner's circle.
okay.